I get by all these vendors. I just arrived at the Piazzale of San Paolo, the Piazza of St. Paul, and here's the Church of St. Paul's Bones. It's called St. Paul outside the walls. Called this because all bodies had to be buried outside the walls of Rome, and this is where Paul was buried after he was killed in the place where we just took the movies there. And this is the beautiful church, the courtyard. The movie that we made, St. Paul Contending for the Faith. We began that movie right here at the base of that statue. And this is where St. Paul's buried. We'll go in and see it. Entered this beautiful Church of St. Paul outside the walls. One of my favorites. Up on the top, although it's hard to see because it's dark, are pictures of the life of St. Paul all the way around the church. All the way around, his whole life story and biography. Even up in the front in the apse on both sides, the transepts. And this church is also famous for the medallions of all the popes. There we have Peter, Linus, Cletus, Clement, and you go all the way around here and here, all the way around the whole church are all the medallions of the popes. And it ends up right here with John Paul II and Benedict, which is too bright to see, but there's theirs. And then we look down here, and there's the tomb of St. Paul. Right in that reliquary are the chains that bound St. Paul's wrists when he was brought here. And right in there is the sarcophagus of St. Paul where his bones are kept, right under the high altar. There was found a marble plaque over it said, Paulo, martyr and apostle. The bones of St. Paul are right under there, but there's a chapel to St. Stephen here. The reason being is the last thing St. Stephen did was pray for St. Paul when he was being stoned. And St. Augustine says if it were not for the prayers of St. Stephen, the church would have never had St. Paul. Up until this time, I've been all the time outside the city of Rome, the walled city. Here's the ancient walls from the 1st, 2nd, and even beyond. And this is the walls around the ancient city of Rome, and now I'm going to be running through them back into the city of Rome. I was going to get a cab, but I feel pretty good, so I'm going to keep running away. So it's the Tiber River, and that is the Church of St. Bartholomew. The bones of the apostle St. Bartholomew are in the altar of that church. He began his life in Cana of Galilee, and now his bones rest in a church on the island. This is the island in the center of the Tiber River. You can see right here, this is an island in the center of the Tiber River. So I'm going to keep running, see how far I can go before I get too tired and hungry. So there's St. Peter's. There's the dome. I'm running up Conciliazione, via Conciliazione. And we've run from the death and bones of St. Paul now to the death and bones of St. Peter. The two twin apostles, so to speak. Prince of the apostles, shed their blood in Rome for the church. Okay, I've arrived at St. Peter's. Peter's bones are directly under the dome, straight down under the bones of St. Peter. Over to the left a little bit, inside is a chapel that marks the exact place where he was crucified upside down. And this obelisk used to be over in that area in the middle of Nero's circus, and Peter was crucified in the shadow of that obelisk and buried there on the side of the hill near the execution point in what was called the necropolis, the city of the dead. There's St. Peter's, the execution, martyrdom, death and burial, and bones of St. Peter. There's that obelisk again. Here's St. Peter's. I'm going to go right in the front door. Right now I'm walking past the new tomb of John Paul II, the Blessed, right there in the St. Sebastian Chapel. That is the new altar built over the bones, the earthly remains of Blessed John Paul II. I'm in the left transept looking up at the dome. And now I'm going to swing around to the left arm of the cross on the transept. That is the exact location of the crucifixion of St. Peter. The church was built with that chapel right over the place he's crucified. In fact, that's a picture of him being crucified there. And we swing around here, and we come back to the very center of the church. And that is the dome, top of the dome again. It goes right down to the bones of St. Peter right below. I'll get a picture as close as I can. Again, there's Michelangelo's dome. There's the Holy Spirit window. The light of the Holy Spirit pours into the church through the apostles and doctors of the church. And right down here, behind what we can see there, just behind that wall, are the bones of St. Peter, where he was buried and where his bones still reside to this day. So there we've gone through the death and martyrdom of Peter and Paul on location all the way from the Via Appia where Paul was killed, and his bones all the way back to St. Peter's where his bones are. And there's the St. Peter's Square. The Pope, that's his bedroom right up there. Let's see, actually right up there is the Pope's bedroom window. And I'm going to run back now and see how far I can get before I have to take a cab. I won't take any more videos because there's nothing more to see on the way back.